Hi friends, I'm so excited to be guest designing for another month for Lollipop Box Club, and this month I'm using the lovely Here Comes the Sun kit. This fun sketch is also included and it has definitely inspired my layout today. Now to start off, I'm going to give you a little peek inside the kit, and every month we get this lovely creative zine which has lots of inspiration, and there's the sketch. You also always get a little lollipop, and this month Lollipop Box Club are collaborating with Pear Tree Cut Files. So each kit includes these three lovely little cork word pieces that say happy little moments. They can obviously be used all together or individually, and they will be a lovely addition to any little project. So as always, there's a lovely little bag of ephemera pieces, and this month's theme of sunshine and rain and those beautiful teal and yellow colours. They're all just beautiful little pieces, and I'm really looking forward to using them. I always love seeing what's inside the little treat bags in the kit, and this month we've got this lovely little sunshine piece, some doilies, and these cute little cloud post-it notes, and a little cut apart, and we've got these lovely stickers and some more circle stickers. So many stickers in this kit this month. I love those little alphas and these gorgeous patterned papers that fit in with the theme beautifully. I love that one for cutting apart, those chevrons, and this beautiful like acid yellow. It's gorgeous, just absolutely stunning shades, and I'm really looking forward to getting stuck into them. Now before I get stuck into the kit, I really want to create a lovely rainy mixed media background. So I'm starting off with a sheet of Vicky Bouton's foundations paper, which is a great mixed media cardstock, and I'm using 3 shades of Distress Oxide. I used Speckled Egg first, then Mermaid Lagoon, and now I'm using Prize Ribbon, and I'm just swiping them on my cardstock. Now the joy of using foundations paper is that it allows you to add water on top and work with the colour and blend it and create like a watercolour effect. It doesn't soak in all that colour immediately. If I were to use normal cardstock, I wouldn't be able to do this. I wouldn't be able to move that colour around. If you do have normal cardstock, you can use clear gesso on the background just to prep the cardstock, and it'll allow you to move the ink around almost like watercolours. So as you can see, I've swiped the ink pads down the cardstock and then added some water to the top of each of those swooshes of ink just to kind of soften those edges, and I love how the different blues kind of mix together just to add lots of extra interest. Now because I've swiped the ink pads down the paper, it's kind of left streak marks, and I don't want to totally cover those up with water. I really like the kind of movement that gives, almost like rain pouring down. So I want to kind of soften the edges a little bit with water to give that watery look, but I still want to maintain some of those swipey marks just for lots of extra visual texture. Now I do come in with my heat tool from time to time just to kind of speed up the drying process, and once I've done one layer of swiped inks and water and then it's dried, I go in and I add some more just to kind of build on that colour and kind of fill in any gaps where I feel like I need to add in a little bit more colour or a little bit more interest. Now once I'm happy with that, I do come in with one of my Ecoline inks, and I kind of just drop a little drop of it into my palette, add some water just to dilute it, and then I just splatter it all over my page. Now I had no idea how this was going to turn out, and I did love how the ink pads had looked on the background. But sometimes with mixed media you just have to go for it, and I do love how it turned out. I just kind of mopped it up with a roll of toilet paper. I didn't want the colours to be too strong, but I did want to have kind of that splattered look. So I've also come in with a Shimmer's Vibes spray, and as you saw, I sprayed it on my page and then mopped it up almost immediately, so you can see a really fine mist of spray on there, but I didn't leave it on long enough for the cardstock to soak it in to absorb all that colour. So it's really just very subtle. Now I've also got this lovely little stencil which I got from the add-ons from the April kit from Lollipop Box Club, and I thought it was so perfect for this theme. So I have used some Vicky Bouton's, I think it's the iridescent glaze texture paste, and it's got a lovely kind of almost white silver shimmer to it, and it's just really subtle, and those little raindrops just add lovely interest to the kind of rainy background. So I just dot it around the background. I'm kind of working in a bit of a diagonal from the top left to the bottom right, and just kind of filling in where I feel they would look nice. Now I've got this really cute photo of my twins and their besties. They were walking home from school for a little play date, and it was just a rainy day, and they had their wheelies on, and it was just such a cute photo of these 4 friends holding hands, and just the perfect moment captured. So I want to use that as my focal point, and those lovely little cloud post-its are perfect. So I've just kind of backed it with some cardstock just to make it a little bit firmer, and now I'm just playing with some of the ephemera pieces just to see what I like and kind of building around my photo. Now I always love looking through all the ephemera pieces and just finding perfect spots for all of them, and I definitely wanted to include that little wheelie piece because they were all wearing their wheelie boots, and it was just perfect. So now I'm going to just back my photo. I love using the little paper bags that the pattern paper comes in, and this month it's this gorgeous blue which just works so nicely with the rainy theme that I'm going for today, and with that background, and it's kind of like a tissue paper texture, and it's just really soft and a little bit translucent. So I kind of tear the edges of that, and then I use the lovely raindrop patterned paper and kind of roughly cut it a little bit bigger than the photo. I don't worry too much about straight lines because, as you can see, I'm distressing the edges just to add a little bit of extra texture, and then I just stick that on before taking that lovely piece of like tealy green cardstock and using that as a second matte behind the photo. And I love how that kind of just pulls in that greeny blue shade as well and adds a nice variety to the background. Now I'm happy with how that looks, and now it's time to create one of the main elements of my layout. You'll remember from the beginning, the sketch had a lovely sunshine kind of bursting out the right side of the photo, and I'm definitely going to create that. This month's kit has this gorgeous yellow. It is such a stunning shade of yellow. It's so bright and sunny. I absolutely love yellow. So rainbow, I love rainbow. The sequence of rainbow colors just brings me so much joy, but if I have to choose one color, I think it would definitely be yellow. It's just such a happy, sunshiny color, and I just had to make it a big feature on this page. Even though there's lots of rain in this layout, there has to be a sunshine. It's one of my favorite things to add to a page. So I did cut these rays very long and then ended up cutting off the ends of all of them because those rays just looked a little bit too big, but I'll save those pieces for something else. So I'm distressing all the edges of these just again to add some nice texture. And then I'm going to pop the sunshine to the side because I want to add a few more raindrops to the background, but this time I want them to be really sparkly. So I'm using some lovely Nouveau Glimmer paste in the Moonstone color, which is a lovely iridescent glitter paste, and it's just gorgeous. I'm going to be showing you a close-up in a moment. It's just so shimmery and it's really subtle in the background and just adds another lovely layer to all those raindrops and all the rainy colors in the background. So there you can see all the sparkle. It's really, really pretty and just lovely and subtle. Now those sun rays, I'm back to those. I want to add a little bit of extra texture on those. So I'm making some holes with my pokey tool so that I can do some embroidery stitching down one side of each of those rays and round the circle of the sun, and I just love the texture that adds. So now I'm just going to build it all up again and hopefully start to get some of this stuck down. So I'm taking the cloud, and I did make it a little bit sturdier with some cardstock behind it. Now I'm sticking it down with some wet glue because I've got mixed media and lots of texture in the background. I'm not confident that my tape runner is going to hold everything in place, so I usually add wet glue when I've got mixed media in the background just to ensure that it all sticks. So I've stuck that down after distressing the edges a bit, and now I've taken my photo and raised it up with a little bit of craft foam, and now I'm going to start to add all those little embellishments and just find the perfect spot for all of them. Now for the sunshine, I've used a combination of some little foam squares and my tape runner just to kind of angle that, so where the tape run has been used, that's going to stick directly on the background, and then the foam squares will just raise the edges up slightly. To be honest, for this kind of thing I would usually use clear silicone glue, except I've run out so I was devastated, so I had to make an alternative plan, but it's not stuck down too well, so I will probably be going in and squirting a little bit of clear silicone glue in there once I get some more. Now those little cork title pieces from Pear Tree Cut Files were just the perfect little title for this page, Happy Little Moments, because this certainly was a lovely happy little moment, and I couldn't think of a better title for my page. So the perfect collaboration for this month's kit, and I just love how those look. And again, another lovely layer of texture. Now those wheelie boots are just going to tuck in quite nicely next to the title, and I'm raising them up with some foam squares, and that little yellow cloud ephemera piece just brings some of that yellow from the sunshine down to that cluster underneath the title. Now in each kit you get a lovely sticker sheet which has been designed by Mrs. Brimble's for Lollipop Box Club, and there's some lovely images that tie in with the kit, as well as some little text phrase pieces again which tie in beautifully with the theme. So I've used some of those, and then this month we've got these lovely little alpha stickers which are perfect for adding in like little subheadings or little bits of journaling, and I've used them this month to add kind of little quotes, or not quotes really, but little phrases that tie in really nicely. So the one I've just done there says, always together whatever the weather, and I thought that was just perfect for this little friendship. Now this sheet of pattern paper is perfect for cutting apart, so I do cut some of the strips, but I end up only just using this one that says rain rain go away, because I want to add a little bit more text to the side of my page. When I was thinking about this layout, I had a few different titles in mind. So one of them was the little subtitle that I've added at the bottom, always together whatever the weather, and then the other one was this one, rain rain go away, but I wanted to say we'll have fun anyway, but I didn't have an apostrophe sticker, so I thought we'll just make it we will have fun anyway. A stickler for the grammar. And so I ended up just including them all because I liked all the phrases. I thought they all worked really nicely for this photo and this page, and I managed to include them all. Now I love this little cloud and hearts sticker from the sticker sheet, so I've just stuck it onto a piece of cardstock again, just to kind of make it a little bit more rigid, and then I'm going to raise that up with some foam squares just to add a little bit of extra dimension. And then I'm taking a whole pile of those little heart stickers from the sticker sheet and dotting them through that phrase that I've added to the top left hand side of the page. Now I'm nearing the end of this page, but at the end of a page I always spend quite a long time fiddling, adding in the final little touches to get it just how I want. Invariably I move a few things around and I am adding in the date. So I'm using the Mermaid Lagoon Distress Oxide ink, and I stamp one impression on my scrap piece of card, and then I stamp it down twice, just using, the second generation ink, just to kind of have a slightly more muted tone. Now I've cut a little piece of that like mustard yellow from the cut apart sheet, just to punch out a couple hearts. I wanted to kind of bring in some of that darker orange from those hearts on the top left of the page, and then these cute little doodled clouds also from the sticker sheet. I'm just adding those just to add a couple extra. I love that little cloud with the raining hearts, so I wanted a few more of those clouds, and I think they're really quite sweet. Now I feel like I need to add something to this page, so I'm going to add one last thing. I want to add a border, so I'm just going to take my black fine liner and just doodle a border all the way around. I do it once, but then I feel like it needs just an extra line, and I'm just taking that round. Now I'm not worried about it being a straight line, so I'm just freehanding it. I want the lines to kind of cross over a little bit and be a little bit wibbly, and I really like the interest that shows. Now here is a little close-up. You can see all that interest from all the mixed media in the background. I really love that as a foundation for the page, and all the lovely little elements from this month's kit. It really is such a fun kit and just brightened so beautifully with that lovely bright yellow pattern paper. Thank you so much for joining me today. You can also find me on Instagram at Handmade Happy by Monique. If you'd like to treat yourself to this gorgeous kit from Lollipop Box Club, I've linked it up for you below. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!